Assalamu alaikum. Tonight is the 2nd July, year 2024, and this is the Advanced Comparative Constitutional Advocate. And tonight I would discuss a lot of the constitutional issues in the territorial jurisdiction of the Islamic Republic of the Pakistan. That which are the elements which are leading the public into the diversity of the multiple challenges, economic challenges and other reciprocating marital discoveries offenses. When I observe the marital discovery offenses in the Pakistan during the continuation of the calendar years and the Gregorian years, 2024 towards 2030, it is worth mentioning or worth observing that a lot of the females, as to having the perpetual successions to the properties as a successors in interest to the capacitated seats in the public official mandate. Such females want to derivate solutions through using or mobilizing the public department seats while not observing the fluctuations of the economy in the Pakistan. So I was totally observing such issues, confrontational constitutional issues under the legislative failures of the public, that the females are suffering from the public functional disabilities in the public sector. Such females want to have the perpetual succession as to absorb the public sanctions, religious sanctions, and the political sanctions. These three categorical sanctions would be observed in the public sector. The religious sanction is very dangerous for the females. While I was observing such failures of the females, that such females, after getting wedlocked with a wrong choice of male, after being manipulated, even laying off a lot of the children, dozen of the children, even though such females want to have social penetrations, income and expenses, but such females do not find sufficient reliance as to occupy the proper channelized way of income and expenses. If so, such females have to live in a moderate peace of or harmony in the public sector. While I was observing all such issues under the Article 184, Clause 3 of the Constitution, a lot of the females want to derivate issues, solutions, tranquilities, public morality, ethics. These things could not be even consumed in the public sector. The public want to ascertain the due credible thoughts, even though they have not mobilized the public sanctions. The public have no resilience or no proper channel as to derivate the social failures of the human society in the public departments. A lot of the females are being suffered in the public sector. Such females want to ascertain due profits, due credible rights, due credible information, and reliance to the uh, upcoming generations in the moderation lines of working or executing, but due to influx of the rural come urban and urban come rural immigrants in the Lahore divisions and the Islamabad capitals, Karachi divisions, mixed classes of the humans led them into the miserable situation, especially the classes of the females becomes in the categorical remarkable pointations that would be point as the females vulnerable groups and association in the Vulnerable Establishment Act as well, that such females under those vulnerable activities want to ascertain due profits. But when such females do not find sufficient cause of reliance to the living uh, pointations as to extinguishment of the civil liabilities and criminal misappropriations of the thoughts of the males and the females, such females and males become a moderate point of the political sanction as well. It is an established principle in the law that if anyone who is suffering from the political issues, therefore it would be pertinent to observe furthermore that such individual would become an open object of the scientific failures in the public society. And a lot of the humans, they are in a miserable situation. They just want to derivate solutions, but they do not want to point the civil services in the public sector, the civil department, and do not have the human resources management compliance teams in the public sector? If so, they have the such human resources compliance teams are not in the perfect medium as to execution of the working rotations in the 90-degree to 360-degree, as to have a posture of the public tranquility, has to compile the best judgment for the reliance to the equitable reforms in the public sector are required as well, as per my observation of the constitutional article 100 of the constitution. Therefore, the citizens and the immigrants of the Pakistan, they are into the disbursements of the or displaced, they are basically fall in the categorical, even though when I just studied this act, the Displaced Persons Act 1958, a lot of the individuals become categorical, they are into that sections. And a lot of the humans, they just want to have bread and butter, as to live in the pointations of the 90-degree to 360-degree during the year, and their fiscal policies are against the human resources. And females want to get wedlocked with a moderate human beings, but a lot of the groups of the males, they do not have sufficient ways as to originate moderate way of income and expenses, and therefore such groups of the males always become subject marriage to disputed marriage in the public sector, even after laying off a dozen of children in the public sector, because of their business dispute, their civil disputes, their criminal disputes. When multiplication of all these becomes multifarious nature of the suits under the law, Court Fees Act 1870, and a lot of the laws, Section 17 especially, Court Fees Act 1817, Section 17. So, multifarious nature of suits becomes public subjections under the Article 199 into the Lahore High Court, into the Islamabad High Court, and all of them, they just want public peace. When they are basically having a reciprocating criminal mis or disadvantage type of the offenses, and they just want to have the plea of bargain, criminal plea of bargain in the composition of the human homogeneous activities as well. They just want to deliberately confine the rest of the remainder groups of the uh, deficient humans into the miserable situations, even in the prisons rules as well, in the public sector and in the medical departments, as far as I just observed such departments. And when I just observe the political engineering in Pakistan, the females becomes a subject of that as well. So if the females are becoming habitual offender of the statutory implications, and they are such females are not in a moderate way of object of observation of the constitutional mandate thereof, uh, it is not an easy task. Stay blessed. The advanced comparative constitutional advocate, Good King.